shortcut.
All right. Do mods on Mustangs really work, especially when it comes to the Ford intake and performance intake systems? Well, what I did is ask my daughter to come along to do a test. And what we're going to do is do a regular gasoline test, a premium test, and the Ford performance intake with a tune test, and see what she thinks about it. And if she's sold on it, it probably means it's a good mod. But if she doesn't notice a difference, it's probably in the people's heads whoever purchases these units. So what we're going to do is go out on a freeway. We're going to go from a rolling start of 35 miles an hour to 60, and we're going to see how long it takes. And that will be a good benchmark. And we'll have my daughter at the end decide which one she really thinks is faster. So the mod that I have on this car, again, is the performance intake system for the 2005 through 2009 Mustang. I have the Bama SCT tune with that as well, which is a requirement. You can't have that intake without the tune. So we're going to go and test those three out, let you know the times, and at the end, see if we really notice a difference in the speed.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, let's go.
Yeah, that new car, it has power like a Mustang, but it doesn't sound like a Mustang. But
I mean, it is nice. Like those seats there, like I know you said that you were like, it was like, it felt smaller, but like it was nice.
This car is a big car. I mean, look how much space is between it.
It's very efficient.
Yeah, I mean, it was the biggest Mustang they ever made. So it's, you want to talk about a small car, get one of the original like 60s, they're dinky.
But like, those things are like bigger, aren't they? Do they have like a bigger frame?
No, they actually don't. The original cars were not big cars at all. They
probably always hearing about 60s cars having like bigger frames and being bigger cars. So like,
go through. The 60s cars are not like, you're thinking of like a Dodge Charger or a Challenger.
Okay.
Mustangs were never the big cars.
Yeah.
Never were. They were sort of the average car.
Like the average.
That's why everybody, they were the average. Exactly. Couldn't say any better myself. That's exactly what they were. 35? Gun it.
And we hit it.
6.3 seconds. All right, so stock setting 35 to 60. See how fast you got to 60?
Very fast.
All right.
All right, now what are we doing?
Okay, so what we're going to do is do the circle. Just get off of the ramp here. We're going to circle that old dead and come right back around. But we'll have to stop. So stop at the gas station.
McDonald's. It's
Sure.
a sign.
All right, fine.
Sponsored by McDonald's. And now. Hit it.
5.8. So it's half a second quicker going just a premium.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
It is. So 5.8 with premium. Huh. Okay, for the last test, I'm going to go ahead and put the Ford Performance on. So just for level setting, the modifications, the only modification currently on the car, well, there's really two. The main modification is I have a K&N air filter in here. It's stock air box, and then I have the Excel pack, coil pack. Again, I wouldn't call them stock, but the only reason I have these modifications is I like the air cleaner. Can I reuse it? And the other coil pack was out, so I just upgraded to a better one. Probably not that noticeable. So installing the Ford Performance Tuner is really pretty straightforward. And it's really easy to remove the existing one. So the only other thing you have to do is you got to remove the air sensor from the original unit. And you just need a standard hex set to get that off. I believe it's a T30. No, it's a T20, it looks like. Okay. Okay, so old air box is out. Now, the only other thing that you have to assemble when you get a new performance kit is this bolt set. So what you'll do is you just have to screw this one in and go from there. You screw that in. Otherwise, it's that easy to install this. I didn't actually pull it out. So I'm going to put the new air filter in. As you can see, it only fits one way. So you may be asking, why is this off? Well, my daughter didn't want to pay for premium and leaded in college, so I took all the mods off when I got it. And that's all it is to installing these things. It takes that quick. It takes that little time. So if you buy one of these Ford Performance, you have to have a tune. If you even get the box when you get this, it will tell you it has to have a tune. So Ford sells a for about $200 you can buy a tuner just for this. I ended up buying from American Muscle. I bought a Bama tune with this because they promised 25 horsepower at the tires. So that's why I went with that kit. So the only thing that I would say is it kills the gas mileage. So when I put the 93 octane, it gets like 15 miles of the gallon. That's the reason my daughter didn't want it on. She wanted it stock. She didn't care about the extra horsepower. After today, we'll see how she feels about it when she drives with this mod on there. She may change her mind. So I'm going to go ahead and lay the tune down at this point. So turn the key off.
Just watch videos. Oh wow. Just feels different.
Well, it's got the tune on it now.
Oh boy, that is a very smooth.
Does it feel different?
Yes, very different.
So you going to tell people you think the tune is actually worth it now?
I mean, I'm jumping to conclusions, but I'm not getting like whenever the engine purrs, going changing transmission. It's not doing that.
Yeah.
It's very smooth.
The problem with this tune, Catherine, the reason I took it off, I said you have to use premium.
Yeah, I'm not paying for premium.
Only gets like 13 to 15 miles to the gallon.
Yeah.
So
I'm good without it. It's just it feels like a different car.
So what do you think is noticeably different with the mod? It's just how it shifts?
Yeah, like going from even from 0 to 40. Yeah. Like there wasn't usually like a jump whenever it's changing transmissions, and I didn't get that at all.
So you were ready for that, and you were shocked when it didn't happen?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So
remember this thing used to actually be able to squeal the tires, I think, with this mod.
Yeah? Oh boy. So, not pedal
But it won't from 35, it won't, if you were to start from the stop.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. So. That's the next video, guys. How fast can I, like, burn the rubber off my tires?
So on my new Mustang, they have something called line lock.
Yeah.
It'll lock the front tires and just let you peel the tires out.
So you could just, like, literally burn the rubber?
Yeah,
Why?
you can just burn. Well, some people think it's cool, but I'm too expensive to pay for the tires because it takes a lot of life off your tires.
I mean, I imagine being, like, in one, like, still and, like, yeah, I could just imagine that would be different. Go. Done.
So it was
About the same.
no, it's faster.
Oh, really?
Did it feel different to you?
It felt louder.
Do you like the loudness?
Your car.
It's 35 to 60. This car did 5.5 on this. So it did, the regular was 6.3, 35 to 60. So it is quicker, not quite a second quicker. So we're gonna go ahead and film from the road and so you can see the view.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Sounds a lot more aggressive, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely. And hit it.
5.5 exactly again.
Dang. Am I good or what?
You're that good. Okay, so Catherine, the mods on this car cost about $750. If you were in college to go, what is it, 0.8 quicker, 0.8 of a second quicker, would it be worth buying these mods to you?
Oh my gosh! Now you know how much ramen I can buy with that? Let's do the math here. That'd be at least 700 packets of ramen.
So from a college kid, no, that's a no-go. That's a no-go. Okay.
Also from a commute standpoint, because I going from school, I always have to go on the highway, and even though it's nice to be able to accelerate, it's not something that I really like. Me being able to peel out on the roads isn't really something I'm going to need just for a daily commute. If I was doing more than just like getting off, going on one exit and then getting off 2 miles later, then maybe, but it's just not practical. So.
Do you think the mod made the car better? What would be your vote? Do you think it's not in people's head? Do you think these mods actually improve the car?
Yeah, I mean, we peeled off, like, we took off like a second off the time, but that's just, I mean,
it's just time, right?
Yeah, it's like, it took a second off, like, the time whenever I'm accelerating, but I'm not accelerating on the road, like, I'm going, like, 1 speed. Like, it's only if I'm, like, exiting and entering highway.
But you notice the shifting is better.
I did, yeah. Like, going from, like, I don't know much about transmissions, so I'm going to probably be speaking out of, like, whatever. But it's, like, a very smooth transition from 0 to 30. And I'm not even noticing, like a shift. Like, usually, like, you're, like, the engine purr, and I just, like, kind of lurch forward a little bit. I'm not getting that with these mods.
So if the tuner only costs $400, you probably could maybe just get a tune without the air intake. That might just make the car better. So if someone fully want to spend $400 to solve a transmission issue, they could just buy a tune then and not buy the whole thing.
I mean,
maybe that's the better thing, is if you're going to spend your money, is just get a tune, right? Just buy a tuner and then make the car a little bit more fun and not kill your gas mileage, because with this tune, the car gets almost 3 miles a gallon less.
Yeah.
And like you said, that's great. You can get going almost a second quicker, but at the end of the day,
it's not.
You're not driving with.
I'm not constantly going from 35 to 60. Like, who is that? So, I mean, if they are, I don't really want to be driving with them on the road.
Get jerky after a while.
I know, right? I'd just be like seasick in like 0.3 seconds. No, I'd be seasick 1 second sooner.
Yeah, exactly. Well, those things matter.
Oh, yeah, let me puke it out right now instead of 5 seconds later.
All right. So the verdict is, it's not in people's head. These tunes work.
Yeah, it definitely works.
It definitely works. And you're convinced, and you could care less.
Yeah, I know. I don't really care.
So there you go. So the Ford Performance intake with the Bama tune is a noticeable increase. It is not in people's heads. You are getting a faster car. It shifts better. It's just killing your gas mileage. I drove this tune for almost a year in this car, and the car only got, on a V6, only got 13 to 14 miles in city drive. I didn't do highway. So without the tune, it gets about 16 to 17. So that's a big difference. I like the performance because I like getting on the freeway, but I can afford the gas. I'm not going to college. So.
Oh my God.
So I guess if you have a V6 and you don't want to spend a lot of money, you know, $700 to get the parts to get the car going, it's probably worth it because you're not buying another car. But you know, at this point, it's really just because you want to go faster on getting on the freeway. That's all it provides you. All right. Thanks for watching.
So if you like this video, go ahead and smash the like button below. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, go ahead and click the subscribe button and the bell if you want some notifications. See you next time on Chasing Mustangs.
Thanks.
All right.
Great job.
Yeah. I see it like literally every day.